IShowSpeed and Cenat. Those are your nominations for Streamer of the Year. Those are some pretty good streamers, All right, and the winner of the Streamer of the Year award goes to somebody that nobody knows. A streamer that nobody knows. A streamer that nobody knows. Woo! A streamer that nobody knows. Get your prize. Get your prize. Get your prize.
Thank you. I want to thank all my supporters for supporting me out there. It's been a really fun year. I'm better than those black guys, even though you can't see my face. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. We don't really care. We don't really care if you won the Streamer Award. We don't. Since the pandemic, the days of streaming being synonymous with video games has totally gone out the window. People are doing so many amazing things behind the computer and the camera that people couldn't even imagine these things when streaming first started. But a question comes to mind when we have such a renaissance when it comes to streaming. Who is the king of it? There's tons of really big streamers, and you gotta pay respects to the guys who came before and who set the groundwork for all these people. You gotta give thanks to people like Ludwig and Aiden Ross and Ninja even from the Fortnite era. But to be honest with you, in today's day and age, it only comes down to two people. These people have the crossover potential, the IRL streaming, the video game streaming, and hell, even their reactions are crazy entertaining. Those two people that we're talking about are IShowSpeed and Cenat. Every day that goes by, these guys seem to innovate day in and day out, and it's kind of amazing, to be honest with you.
The streaming shit is cool. It's time to take it a notch. Chat, until further notice, I'm quitting streaming, okay? I'm now completing phase 2 of being a professional basketball player, okay? Listen to me. No, don't laugh. No, don't laugh. Don't laugh. I don't know if I'm gonna get drafted, but I'm in the lottery for a league, okay?
With Kai chasing his hoop dreams, I think it's finally a good opportunity to fully analyze who is at the top of the streaming world. Let me give you a little history on WL content creators in the streaming world. See, most of these content creators stuck their toe into other aspects of content creating, whether it was TikTok, whether it was YouTube. They did a lot of skits and a lot of different content on different platforms before they transitioned into streaming. I'm talking about a Gideon, and I'm Dante, Your Raid, Corey Kenshin, all of these guys. All these big names do a lot of heavy lifting in the community. They start the trends, they're the first on anything, they innovate, they're the ones who get the waves started for what is done in the WL community. And a lot of them have a lot of crossover appeal that is very underrated, which introduces these people to other communities.
The diversity is not too crazy, but yeah, there's a couple like African American streamers that are my friends now, like Rays and a whole bunch of people. AMP, we all stream now. But with me personally, what I was doing is I was bringing a crazy light to the culture, being on the platform and dominating and doing everything I had to do. Especially during the Black History Month. You know, I had hit the milestone on the last day, and that was like a big cultural thing.
See, before these guys came into the game, streaming was mostly a white thing, to be honest with you. And not that it's anything disrespectful, but it's just an observation. Back in the days of Justin TV, even over to the transition of Twitch, streaming was synonymous with what white people did. It was a gaming platform. Even the IRL aspects were all dominated predominantly by white people. It wasn't really until 2019 to 2020 that you saw a lot of black creators get on the platform and decide that this was going to be an area in which they decide to lend their entertainment expertise to. Now, I'm not going to lie, they came with a whole different level of entertainment that a lot of people weren't necessarily liking to. And with that being said, a lot of content creators got lumped in with each other, and the black stereotypes of what content creators are were honestly kind of nasty. Some black content creators felt the need to fall into line with some of these tropes and stereotypes in order to reach out to a broader community. And honestly, it probably didn't fare for the community well as far as how they were going to be received by a lot of the other content creators on the platform. People started to make generalizations of the community at large based off of these actors.
Is this the Cenat guy? Oh, this is the Speed guy. Okay. There's like this whole new legion of like black Zoomer streamers. And for as much as they talked about how like all white people did was scream at the camera, I feel like that's all these guys do.
Name one person who's black and has said, all white people do is sit there and scream at the camera. Bro, you feel me? When I'm energetic like this, because this might be seen as screaming, like what am I doing right now might be seen as like I'm screaming a lot and I'm doing too much and this nigga got too much energy. Bro, Do you know that the way I act and my energy would also bounce back to the viewers?
Just like anything else, when others start to get into different communities, you know that you're gonna see the hatred, you're gonna see the racism comments, you're gonna see nasty behavior towards specific people just because of the color of their skin. But I think what's even grander than that is them being missed out on opportunities to collab with other streamers, seemingly due to race. And what's even more crazier is how the platform itself started to diss content creators based off of the color of their skin. Even though the content creators were seeing massive success on the platform, this platform seemingly dismissing the concrete evidence that this person is reigning supreme on the platform just because they're black.
And the winner is Rivers.
Who? Hey, all of that stuff could be handled with or just ignored or brushed off as, oh, another platform being another platform. They're not pushing black people, then it is what it is. Hell, Twitch or YouTube wouldn't be the only ones that have come to the subject of those. TikTok at times has been called as to how they handle their black content creators on their platform. So this would just be something that is totally in line. But what a lot of people weren't a fan of is when they started dishing out unfair treatments to black content creators in the forms of bans or suspensions or just moderation as a whole, because seemingly these content creators were black.
Cenat has been banned from Twitch. He's one of the most popular streamers on the platform with more than 300,000 subscribers at his peak. But now if you look for Kai's channel, it shows this, saying he's violated Twitch's community guidelines. And Kai's posted this on Twitter, just saying banned. Twitch is yet to comment.
And trust me, for those things that Cenat did to get banned that time, or hell, any other time for that matter, would be a slap on the wrist for white content creators or women content creators who are half naked on the platform. But it seems like he was being targeted at the time. Now we're to a point where black streamers are undeniable and cemented themselves as necessary for Twitch to say its name, for YouTube streaming to say its name. Now you can see videos of Twitch CEO Dan Clancy going out and hanging with black content creators on his platform and spending time with them, really seemingly listening to them as they voice their grievances. And we're at a point now where you can't mention the top streamers on these platforms without mentioning the names of some of these guys that used to be looked at as caricatures of what is supposed to be a content creator. And that's where our argument lies. I love the fact that black streamers have come to be a staple in the community now, but seeing as how two of them have to be at the top of streaming lists, like you literally cannot talk about streaming on either platform without mentioning their name, we have to decide who is the king of this shit.
American streamer amassed 300,000 subscribers, breaking a record set by YouTuber Ludwig. Kai began his streaming marathon at the start of February to mark the beginning of Black History Month in the US. He streamed 24 hours a day for a month, chatting, gaming, and interviewing guests like his friend DDG, a Barack Obama impersonator, and comedian Reggie Brown. He also ate and slept on camera. A subathon is a stream with a countdown timer, which is extended every time someone subscribes to the channel. Subscriptions are where viewers can support their favorite creators by sending payments. In the UK, the basic subscription package is $3.99. When he'd reached 300,000 subscribers on Tuesday, Kai had told his followers that the streaming marathon was the hardest thing he'd ever done.
What Cenat has done in his time in the streaming era is something that is unique, to say the least. I mean, the stuff that he has brought to the table has forever changed the game of streaming when we're talking about combining IRL elements, making moments, and we can see that because a lot of people have decided to take what he's done and copy it. And I know people are going to be in my comment section talking about somebody may have did this first or whatever the case may be, but to be honest with you, the person who did it the best is always the one that's going to be rewarded for it. I can personally vouch from working with Cenat myself that he takes pride in putting everything that he can into the content, no matter the cost. Almost like the same concept that Mr. Beast was talking about when he was talking about investing every single dollar that he could back into the content to make it better. I've seen Cenat go out of his way to make sure that his stream quality is the best, even if it's with some sort of Blue Yeti microphone and one of the lower quality cameras on the platform. And that's no shade to him, because what matters the most is not necessarily the tech that goes behind it. It's not about the audio quality, etc., etc. It's about the environment that's around him and the moments that's being had while he's streaming. I probably go out on a limb here to say he's easily the most recognizable streamer right now, and it doesn't matter if somebody knows his name per se, but I can guarantee you they've seen some sort of clip, skit, or whatever sort of moment that he's been a part of, and hell, that he's even curated with his team. One of the things that Kai has done to really put himself into the mainstream sphere and make himself a household name in a lot of communities is introduce having genuine celebrities be on his platform.
Yeah, Kai!
other celebrities have been on other people's streams before, but there's a difference when Kai does it, and this is just my humble opinion. There seems to be a genuine, honest appreciation and love of the content. It seems to be a good environment. I think a lot of times when content creators and artists or whatever went together and collaborated on stream, it was an easy PR stunt. I've got something that I'm pushing, you've got a mainstream platform, you're the new radio or whatever the case may be, I can promote here. We're gonna marry for the sake of the content. However, I've seen people like Kevin Hart go on Kai Cenat's stream and sleep over. And although Kevin Hart has something that he was selling, I believe that that's a genuine moment, because who the hell is sleeping in a house where they're setting fireworks off every other day? You gotta have some real appreciation for the person to do something like that. Another tip in Kai Cenat's hat is the fact that he had the most Twitch subs on the planet. Now, this was surpassed a couple days ago, but anytime that you can catch him, he's teetering between the top 3 easily, and it's not even close, to be honest with you. So if we're talking about cultural impact, innovation, creativity, and then also at any given moment the most sub streamer on the platform that is the most synonymous with streaming, I think Kai has a genuine case to be the best streamer on the world right now. He's doing things that people couldn't replicate on their best day just because of who he is as a person. And if I'm thinking about a streamer that makes can't miss moment out of all the streamers out there, I think Kai Cenat has that title wrapped up. Now, don't get it twisted, IShowSpeed is a monster. Now, while I just said Kai Cenat is the most recognizable streamer in content right now, I probably should have put the caveat of it being North America, just because after IShowSpeed just finished his Southeast Asia tour, it is no secret that he has to be the most recognizable streamer in the world. Just recently, while he was in Indonesia, he was pulling 1 million concurrent viewers live.
Oh my God! Oh my God, I'm about to reach 1 million live viewers! I'm about to reach 1 million live viewers! Wait, stop that! Oh my God! 1 million live viewers! 1 million!
To put that into some context, Caitlin Clark's basketball games averaged like 1.3 million viewers live, and also Wemby from the NBA averaged 1.1 million viewers live. So what IShowSpeed is doing is something that megastars in different sports that have huge backings behind them can only pull off.
IShowSpeed has just officially become the most popular English-speaking streamer ever, finally smashing the record held by Laserbeam for the last 4 years. During his stream in Indonesia, Speed hit a staggering 1.04 million concurrent viewers, which smashed his previous record of 615,000. And what's even more impressive is that if you look at the top 10, 6 of which were actually achieved during the pandemic, when of course everyone was locked inside. Speed, however, did this in 2024. And the craziest part, bro's still 19.
Literally what Speed is doing is unprecedented. No slight to anybody else, but there's no big collaborations, no big backgrounds, no big backing like this. It's just Speed just being Speed, honestly, from what I can see. He's going around to different countries, seeing different people, and making his presence be known for more than just the room that he has. Him and his cameraman are literally taking over the world from a streaming perspective. Some of the footage from his travels is so crazy. The only time you've ever seen stuff like this, it's gotta be like Michael Jackson or something like that.
Big 30! World Cup!
I think the interesting thing about these two is that they're taking over 2 different platforms. Kai Cenat is the king of Twitch at the current moment. No, I don't want to hear about those other names. To be honest with you, the only people that a lot of people see as having the top spot is Kai Cenat. And Kai is dominating Twitch, a platform that a lot of people think is synonymous when it comes to streaming. And although Twitch has had some of its issues in the past, like we've talked about previously in the video, it's come to a point where they are fully embracing the golden child that is Kai Cenat. One of those reasons why is because he stayed around when a lot of the people ditched Twitch for different platforms like Kick and Rumble and going back to YouTube. And there was a lot of chitter and chatter about Kai potentially joining them, but he stuck it through and saw this as a time in which he could really ascend to the top. He took the reins and took full advantage of what was going on in front of him. Now, on the flip side of things, IShowSpeed is dominating YouTube. This is a platform that a lot of people don't even see as a streaming platform. YouTube is known for its video content. So it's amazing the fact that IShowSpeed can come over here after being banned from Twitch, of course, and take over such a platform as YouTube, because people don't even see it as a place where you can stream. Hell, even currently, people are running away, and maybe for good reasons, from YouTube to go back to Twitch because they see it as the platform that is so synonymous with streaming, but not Speed. Again, looking at the face of adversity and taking the reins and making it his own.
2 of the world's biggest streamers have jumped ship. Rumble is an up-and-coming platform and is apparently willing to do some big deals to grow its audience. Twitch, the current #1 streaming platform, is losing its biggest creators in a war over fair pay and treatment. And other stream services pages are keen to take advantage. Twitch streamer Cenat already hinted that he was tired of getting banned on the platform numerous times.
I feel like if I get banned one more time, I'm off the platform for good.
And with his friend IShowSpeed permanently banned on Twitch, they can't make content together. To further the frustration, Speed is on his final warning with YouTube as well. As such, the two have teamed up to create an exclusive show on Rumble, where we can finally watch them together live.
Now, apparently, even though these guys' impact is undeniable, there are platforms that don't see it as such. Sometimes they still face the occasional ban, sometimes they still face the occasional criticism. But what's nasty is there's a lot of platforms that put on these award shows and still don't give them their flowers. Black entertainers have talked about it for years, how these platforms and publications and award shows don't really give them their just due and their respect. Hell, they don't even have people of their skin color on some of these boards in order to give them some sort of votes or some sort of recognition. See, this is why platforms like BET exist, because they've decided in the past to give recognition to those that come from the culture. But we've seen it before where artists like Jay-Z, Drake, Beyonce have boycotted platforms like the Grammys because they decided that this is not going to be a platform that's going to box me in and only reward me when the token is necessary. And other content creators have spoken out on the disrespect that IShowSpeed and Cenat have seen in this same regard, and honestly, I stand with it. Ultimately, you don't need the validation of these platforms in order to pick out who is the best or what is better, especially when people can see the impact that these guys are having. For a whole generation of kids, IShowSpeed and Cenat are the celebrity. They are the Jay-Z, the LeBron, the Beyonce of this thing. These are the people that a lot of people see themselves becoming when they become older. They want to stream now. We can see the statistics behind that. A lot of kids are saying they want to get into content, and those that are black, I'm gonna say, are gonna attribute a lot of that to Cenat and IShowSpeed. They have cemented themselves as being a literal mainstay in media. This is shown to be a proven media outlet where it was once looked at as something that was on the fringes of society that only the nerds occupied themselves with. Cenat has pretty much made it to where every respectable artist that is coming from the hip-hop community has to have their music reviewed by him. If not, or if he gives them a bad review, it's probably not gonna fare well for them when it comes to their album.
Left foot now, y'all. Move to the left. Right foot, left foot. Come on. Now hop one time.
No. Come on, Glow.
No! I love Glow, bro.
Glorilla and Cenat are back cool again. They had a falling out over that Cha-Cha song. Cenat was basically reacting to the joint, and he really wasn't feeling the joint like that, right? Glow proceeded to basically block Cenat, but it looks like, you know, they're cool. I believe they were spotted together. Ka's very popular. We see a lot of rappers go on his stream to promote their album.
And IShowSpeed and what he's doing with the IRL streamings and the country tours is not only helping him grow as a person, but it's experiencing cultures and communities to the unexpected watchers of his content that would never even get a chance to experience this, and simultaneously making his name and what he does a worldwide thing. And to be honest with you, I don't even think that I could really make a decision because they both fill two different needs. I think IShowSpeed is definitely an international sensation that can't be denied based off of the numbers and the impact that he's having worldwide. He's touching whole demographics that a lot of people wouldn't even necessarily get into and making his name cemented in a bunch of different conversations. But for Cenat, when we talk about black cultural impact, he is making waves that will be here for a long time, and I don't even think that this is something that people could replicate even if they tried. Hell, what both of them is doing is not something that's easily replicatable. So for that, I gotta say, I personally can't decide, but that's what the comment section is for. I'll let y'all decide who's the best streamer in the world. Right now, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy both of these black men having success in something that they love and have passion for.